Say after me, sir.
Yes, Fambulen, good afternoon and welcome to the program Court Host, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. This now 1 hour this now 1 hour discussion program on the law, where they come to you every Tuesday from 5 to 6. For today's edition of the program, we go talk to the Intellectual Property Department Registration Office, now the Office of the Administrator and the Registrar General. We can talk about within our trademark registration. And for help we discuss this issue, we get Munu Minatu Jalo. We can talk about the trademark registration. How people they register the trademark. You can tell we within a trademark how people they register. So Fambulen stay glued to this channel and listen to this topic. We're in a very interesting one, as Fambulen get plenty thing them for learn from this topic. Well, if you yourself want to be part of the program, you can send text message to the number 077 981 981 077 981 981. Time go day we go open the phone line for many people and call and ask them question with regards to the topic we can discuss this afternoon. And I want for welcome we guest na this program we na Munu Minatu Jalo. We come out from the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General. We go can talk on this topic. So good afternoon and welcome to the program, Kotos.
Fambolona, good afternoon. I wanna do open they do fine. Mina Mumina Tijala come on at the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General at the IP Department, Intellectual Property Department.
Okay, first before we go in detail of which thing we can for discuss now today, tell me something about your office.
Fambulen, the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, they now will post it. They normally call a Roxy Building Registry. We do marriages when a civil marriage, we register Muslim and Christian marriage certificates, and also now they sell them as well. Then we get the gratitude department, then we get the estate department, then we get the conveyances department, then we get intellectual property department. Now they may come out from now the office and mandates that one the provinces there as well.
Okay, waiting somebody go on for no again. We talk about intellectual property. Waiting that did me.
Fambulen, the word intellectual property is so broad. This is not the creation of the mind. Something when you thought process. Well, they can say now you metaphysical, meaning where it inside you aid now you mental. But when you pull them down, when you begin for write and down, your ideas the way you get that you want them for be protected. Intellectual property divided into two. You got industrial property and copyrights. When we talk about copyrights, that one then are the protection way they give to the authors there and the creators there of their original work. When a copyright, the legal framework we cover copyright, when the Copyright Act of 2011, we tell we all how their rights here will be used. Section 4 of the Copyright Act tell we the wide range of protection of copyrights. And copyright as so people need for no say. This now you book where they talk about authors. You book where they write, you know person for steal that book day. Or you use that book day for go copy them. That author didn't get that rights day. That creators and the music performance, the producers, they all they get the rights. So it gives wide range of protection. And copyright as well, family need for no. So we get what we call collective society. There's section 50. What they tell me an organization where they able to give out their royalties they have to them rights holders there. where they tell them how them for distribute their royalties, their rights, and also make them know their rights. Them. They will get another important thing. Copyright, like as soon as you don't pen and down, it's automatically protected. So what do you need for the journey for going at the office of the administrator for do a formality where they give you form where they go through your registration process. And the protection for copyrights 50 years after the death of the authors. Then you can, if you get a successor, you can use them to generation yet. For example, we get Bob Marley. They don't die, but in right and still they use them. They pay for them thing and they who that is successor. Whosoever if you to say, I ain't get rights for owner. Then we get, I talk about say IP divided into two. We get industrial property and copyright. That's not the side of copyright. Another important thing where people need for no other copyright than that. As an author, you get two rights which are very important. You get the author's rights. You get the author's rights, you get the economic rights and the moral rights. When you talk about economic rights, like you say, now the money necessary. You get what we call, whether they talk say laboring rights. You need for earn something from what you don't do from your labor. Then you get the rights, you get the moral rights. We are in that right, say for example, you want when you make your book, now you name for the day. So you get right for sell them. You get right for do adaptation because they get this kind of thing what they do now say, when you don't make book, they want turn into film. But some people never even talk to the author, they go and go, no, you don't get the right for doing that. The author in rights, the moral right, not board not get right for use that particular rights. So then they under copyright. They will talk about industrial property. Where you defend a trademark, you defend patent, industrial design, utility model, and so on. We talk about patent. This, what I tell you about patent, this is an invention, exclusive right where they give to an inventor. Now, before we use the bench or with the primary school, now with 3 or 4 they sit on that bench. You understand? We're not an invention. But now the world don't modify. Now you go in a classroom now 1-to-1, and you get an armrest. That classroom, then you get a flip table where they use and tell you one for right, you don't need for share with your company. So that modification they will then do, now an invention. So the final say, ain't totally different with copyright. Then another important thing we from need for no. So whatever thing you do on that invention, when new, you need for registering. Then for somebody forgets a patent, you get criteria there. They can normally do formality and substantive examination. Normally, we can just do formality and send the balance now. I will when I want such a party for do the substantive examination. So if you don't do formality, you get criteria there. For being new, you forget an inventive step for industrially applicable. That what it is that try for so the invention for being new. Then if not for be too obvious from anybody's skill in the eyes. If you example, if I make an invention, mean a capital, you not for know what you have to do. Because the claim server speaks volume. Then we get industrially applicability.
So more we get, say we get carpenter. They don't do some very good. Then somebody just go tip small from them. But waiting that person they do, you they see and say, this is not from social person. So the person can sue for them because of creativity.
Yeah, it can sue because of you don't infringe on the rights, as they say, nine intellectual property. So as I be the talk, so you the final say that new invention they for be industrially applicable. That meaning say if we're able for carry that invention in any industry for maker. But patent is the standard so high. It's standard very high. So what you normally do on our patent we go to call utility model. What we could call petit patents. If the invention not meets the criteria when at the high standard, we can opt for tell the inventor say why you not going for petit patents? We are in get too small high standard. So normally people can normally go for petit patents. And the protection for patents now 20 years. And the protection for utility model now 15 years. So now in a patent. These are just a tip because Master people they don't for camp and Mr. Jones don't come I think 2 weeks ago and we are in charge of patent segment for camp. I don't know if Fambule know the distinction between intellectual and patents, copyright and trademark. Then we get what we call trademark when a data can I for. A trademark is a distinctive sign. And I want Fambule to know because I get an example because this is so practical. Now, a distinctive sign, logo or design, or a word mark, where it distinguishes goods and services from you and one enterprise for that of another enterprise. Don't know your competitors there. Now, in a trademark, if I affix into your products, and if I be goods, as I say, or services, for one for constitute a trademark, it need to be distinct. I don't know if I'm going to see the water here. Now, I bring kind of water there, so people will know exactly what's in that trademark. Some people will say, I want to register my trademark, I want to register my patent, and it's different. Now, this is not a trademark. We get Sierra, we get grafting, we get bravery, we get golf. If you look at the trademark here distinctly, they are different. The names are different. The packaging are different. Everything about them, they are different. So now in a trademark, if you're able to distinguishes you good from one enterprise for that of another enterprise. I can tell you outrightly, Mr. Mega, I tell you, see, if you drink Sierra, also the same satisfaction they get when you drink grafting. And also the same way they get when you drink bravery. And also the same way they get when they drink golf. So it makes you, the consumer, to have an informed decision on what you want to do or what you want to buy, because it gives you that satisfaction. I mentioned this trademark said that goods and services, and those services has to be classified. They use the NIST classification. When at the 9th edition, when an international standard, because we know say any law will be make, we go from to international standard. And the legal framework for Trademark Act of 2014.
Okay, so before we come to the legal framework, so when we look at, we talk about international standards. So how they work for me it meets international standards?
For example, that's the way they make law. You got to make sure so you look at you people away before saying like, if you want for sign treaties, the standard for match up with the local laws and although local laws suffice all laws, you understand, but you go for meet to that standard, because a lot of benefits and the way you do international standard, where you join some of them treaties there. So trademark join. So of course you get the Copyright Act of 2011, we make mention of the copyrights. Then you get the Patent and Industrial Design Act now 2012, we get way into the legal framework of a trademark copyright and patent. Then this now trademark under the Trademark Act of 2014. We give you the mandate say for do the application and registration of a trademark. As I talk about the classification of goods and services. Example, I don't give one example of goods. Goods now the product of itself. Why I don't give water? You know what kind of office so we say one register water na generalized name. A trademark not for be descriptive but rather than distinctive. When we talk about descriptive, we not forget direct reference to the product, not at all. You understand? You know what you can't see why it's register water, we're not going to register it. You have to give that water a name for it to be distinct from other. You cannot put the water there so. The water, the taste of golf different with the taste of bravery. The taste of grafting different with the taste of Sierra. So you don't get that distinctiveness among the rest. We get lots of other water there when they start, so many more when I water them back, but they name them different. So these are the products of a trademark. Then another example where I one for me family know about trademark, now the fact that we get general lemon as soft drink. You understand? You know what come to me in an office, you say, Madam Jala, I want for register soft drink. I'm not going to do it. You have to give that soft drink a name for it to be different from other soft drink. We get Coke, we get Sprite, we get Fanta, we get Vimto. You understand? So that label where they make and distinct and in the trademark. So and the satisfaction where they drink, where they drink Coke, not the same you they get where they drink Fanta. Lie. And not the same way they get where they drink Sprite. Some people say I like for drink Sprite because why? The reason being that they make a belch. I for one I like for drink Vimto because I like the smell. You see the distinction. One they are all soft drink. But what will make the difference? Now the taste. You understand? Then another example what they give for goods as well. Because they talk about goods and services. I mean this is just the example for goods. Another example why they give for goods are that this is going for the ladies. We all eat rest. Mr. Mange, you don't know this kind of rest until you like safe. But you can't read the woman, they are going to tell you the rest. When I generalize name, rice, but rice pass rice. You understand? We get sultana, we get mion rice, we get dolly rice, we get paddy rice. We get so many rice, but I can tell you for free, say me if you want for cook jollof rice, I dey go for sultana. If I want for cook fried rice, I go for basmati. So they find out say the rice that are there, but they are different in terms of weight, the name, the packaging. You understand? So these are things where it's very practical in we own dealings in terms of trademark. I think the way they see from real, so they don't need to tell you say this not trademark. It they make you the consumer get an informed decision of what you want for take. If I want for I don't need for catch me, yes I want. You can also dolly rice there, paddy rice there. What I want, I they go for and direct. I don't need for confused. Because once you want but trademark, as you don't begin the names, you don't begin similar, you don't become confused. And I make all the register trademark, the look of all of those steps in there. So as I say earlier, I talk about goods and services. These are just the example of goods. Another example again of goods where say I want make you know. For example, I don't know those perfume where you they use safe. If I ask you say those perfume now where you they use, that's back now a trademark. Because it under cosmetics, it gets in your own class. When I class 3, water gets in your own class when I class 32. So all of these goods have their own classes. If you ask me, say, Madam Jala, whose perfume? I go tell you the perfume what they use. That means that every perfume gets in name. Because all perfumes are different. For women, we get with different perfume there. We get Chloe, we get Jadon, we get Black Copper, we get a lot more. So you see the distinctiveness is there, but they are all generalized name as perfume. But for it to be different, you have to give that perfume a name. These are all examples of goods. I mentioned in my definition about goods and services. Now we talk about services. Services now what you they render to the people. Like this, I for one, this one service now they render to we the consumers there. Because we get a lot of radio station. We get 98.1, we get AYV, we get SLBC. You understand? So you have people can say, I like for listening to 98.1, that they are brand, I like what they carry the program there. People can say, I like AYV. When I get to a morning show, everybody listen to 98.1. Why? Because I don't set that goal, I don't set that platform for people for go in for one. So you don't need for bad people that can listen to 98. The goal are there. You don't set and on. So all you need for do just tune to 98.1 morning show, because they give wide range of listeners. So people they go in for 98.1 because I don't set that goal. That are services where they render to the people. You get in your class as well as class 41. One advertisement as well. Then we got another class back where they give under services. You know, we got the banking sector. These are services. Because the classification they go from class 1 to class 34.
So wait before we move for the banks then. So when are then classes there? I will say from class 1 to class 4 because of the layman.
These are even at the internet, they need classification. As I say, we miss the national standard. You understand? We get class 1 to class 35. From 34, 35 coming down to 45, they are services. I don't give example of goods and services. Services are what they render to the people. So from class 1 to class 34, now goods. Of course, water na goods. The rest where they eat na goods, na products. Perfume na cosmetics na products. If you come out there, you get mayonnaise na products. You understand? If you get you shoe safe or you cap or you clothing na a product. Because if you watch his shirt now, you find out that shirt day, it gets a name. Most of man that he work TM Lewin, the name of the shirt is there. One at class 40, one at class 25. For clothing, you get headgear, clothing, they are all classified into that. You understand? So you see the difference, right? Services now what they render to people. Like for example, I don't give radio program when a services that they render to we. So you see the distinction. You understand the distinction, right? Yes. So now then they find need for me. Then of course I want to talk about banking services. Where then one day the banking service now service back they render to we the consumers, right? If you how banking service is important. We get a lot of banking services in Salone in particular. We get Wokel Commercial Bank. We get EcoBank, we get Seron Commercial Bank, we get Bank of Salon, we get FIB, we get a lot more than Nigeria back there. But there is a difference how they carry their own financial services. For example, they all get ATM, right? But I can tell you for free, some man can say I prefer EcoBank the ATM because I go there and use user friendly. Before they say 2 minutes, I'm done. I don't get me money. Some people say, I prefer FIB because 1 minute I don't get me money. So that promptness, the user friendly thing, makes the difference. You understand? Then another example of service, this telecommunication now what they do this. This is very, very, very good back because for example, you know, so we get QCell, we get Africell, then we get Airtel. Now, people can say this me area. Airtel coverage is powerful, you know, because the internet connectivity good. Then they can say no, this me area na QCell, you know, So it left to you the consumer now also you for go. Because the brand, the name of the brand, they already did it. All they need for doing now for make them choose who side they for go. It makes you for have an informed decision on where you want to go to, which network connectivity you want for buy, which network connectivity you want for use. So you define say the goods and services are different.
Yes. So we did talk about this topic. So let's say 98, you get this the logo, Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Then they can be trademark.
Yes, and that's I say 98.1. This now a brand. This now and that's if I'm not even registering. I'm not going to register to we please because believe in me,
So let's say for instance, if we not register, but everybody knows say now logo this. Everybody knows say when you see this na 98.1. The public and everybody aware. But we not register. But if you get another person, we just come up from the booth and say, hey, you begin use this logo and that kind of thing. So waiting I would say.
We got what they call well-known mark. Well-known mark. You understand? A well-known mark now, mark what they already know for you. But that not go tell you say enough for register. Because to get description, you first can use sabi. So now me go there for say you down and get down and well-known mark. No. Now for register. Even though I get her, although we go to call well-known mark, but now for register 98.1, for example, I know she's not a register. I don't want to go into that. So maybe people don't know say. But now for it definitely needs to be registered because this na industry they find una. And I don't lay that platform. I don't create that goodwill. And I can use this for do a lot of things because people don't know una because of una activities they una do. And that make it good for me because this the trademark they become a brand where it don't know by people. You understand? Because we never know the proprietor we get, we no want for know all we need for now the brand. Because most of them, for example, most of them products we never know the proprietor, the people that we get, the brand that sell it don't sell itself. For example, if I tell you say now, I know say you know about paddy. Paddy is booming now the market all over. Paddy mayonnaise, paddy rice, paddy Maggi, paddy lighter, paddy book. Everywhere is paddy. But I can tell you outrightly say, you're not able to know the proprietor will get paddy. You know him?
No.
You don't know. Because you know why? They don't sell the brand out there to we the consumers. The people don't know him. Those same goes to Dolly. Dolly everywhere. Dolly rice, Dolly tomatoes, Dolly spaghetti, Dolly, you know. All of this, you know, if I tell you now the people the way they get Dolly, you don't know. You know why? Because the brand don't sell itself. It don't become a brand name. You understand? So now the beauty now of a trademark, it make you the proprietor the loss. The brand is sell itself. Now, I don't know if I will get 98.1. But I know 98.1 are big television and radio station platform. AYV, if you ask me, maybe I would say I don't know. The layman don't know now AYV na NSAB because they don't sell the brand. They're out there. Everybody, SLBC, everybody, you know what I mean? So, the democracy. So, you see how important this branding is, how good it is for you to register this brand.
Well, this thing where you dey say so, you really feel say people don't get the awareness.
Well, when I make a day today, we don't go to the provinces there. We don't go out there. We don't sensitize people there because awareness lacking. We don't try. We boss is and we everywhere for talk about this because people need to know they are right. People need to know what they are doing. People need to register their products because we just can you put the product you register and then, my dear, all of us go steal them from you. What you can do and the registration process now you first can who know. First in first off, you understand?
So what about well-known mark? When I get first come, first serve basis, that's
as I say, the well-known mark now where people they don't know. You understand? But that's not guarantee for register your mark. I know I may go to that because you need to register. You have to get the mark. Because the law tell you say you first can you will sabi. As I don't talk about well-known man, no I'm from delve into that because you need to register your mark. And you first can make you get application and registration procedure and the process. We know they can go register. We know they can go put a well-known mark. We are in a well-known mark, for example. They will come and answer you know register. You can't the record in all the day. You understand? Make we advise each and everybody for register in products.
Okay. Fambulen the program we they listen to na court host, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As I tell you earlier on, we get somebody from the office of the Registrar and Administrator General. We now Munu Minatu Jalo. We can talk about trademark within a trademark Fambulen. When I know say from the explanation, when I don't get a clear understanding, when I don't get some very good education with regards to trademark, which we for do and which we not for do. So now for stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as we go for music break, and when we come back, we will continue the program.
Truth alone. So the truth will reveal you now. You see their faces, but you never know their thoughts. Every baby knows that dog is cheap, so cheap. You see their actions, but you never know their reactions. Time and
I see Babylon, it looks cold, cold, cold. Every time I see a wicked man, baby moves, moves, moves.
You say after me, sir. I solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, So help me God, so help I Jah. So help me God, so help I Jah. So help me God, so help I Jah. Rastafari.
Every time I see the wicked man, my baby moves, moves, moves.
You are brought before this court for having ganja in your possession. Guilty or not guilty? Not guilty, Your Honor. How could one man do such a thing? Ganja. It is totally impossible, Your Honor. I can remember, yeah, when I was framed and jailed, brutalized. The grudge would find me guilty for an exhibit they could not find. And every time I see a Babylon, my blood runs cold. I mean cold. And every time I see the wicked man, I believe when I see the condition, yeah, I said it's a curse. For the past 400 years or more, things get from bad to worst. And every time I see Babylon, my blood runs cold. I mean so cold. And every time I see them wicked men, I barely move.
Yes, welcome back to the program. We're in a court also with the country from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Fambulem, our guest, una don't enjoy that music today. We go now this afternoon. The program we listen to in a court also we still get Munu Minatu Jalo. We come off from the office of the Administrator and Registrar General. We talk about trademark. And welcome back. Now, when we look at the legal framework where they govern the trademark, what's not the legal framework?
Mr. Manga, we don't explain and we don't talk about when the Trademark Act of 2014 will make will give you the mandate for the registration of trademark. We tell you how for register. Of course, we get the regulation as well when at the 2025 we work hand in hand with the acts for make sure say everything is being done properly.
Okay, so and when we look at the process system, we people in the if you person one for go register in product, you know. So what's in the process system?
Well, as I don't give a lot of example of a trademark. So if you feel to say you get a trademark, we want for register, where you can have the office of the Administrator and Registrar General and the Department of Intellectual Property. With the bring you products, they will do what we call formality examination and substantive examination. We will do a search, an availability search, for check whether if it is trademark here, you not get any similar one of an existing trademark will be not registered before. We do the formality for check if it is trademark, not get similar mark. If it is trademark, you able for classifier. I talk about classification just now, right? If you classify properly, because you know you can register, you get a brand name for example, grafting, you put it under class 25. You're not going to register that trademark. It needs to be classified properly.
So how do they do the classification?
It don't the internet, when they need classification, so we talk about international standards. Then they explain to people, they made them know. They out there will not get they will not get no magic for no. For say, okay, they keep them for me. You know, they check them. They see them. So the act make provision for that as well.
So now the person they do the classification, they go to now or now.
We explain to them how the process to go. For example, if you want it, you go to a lawyer. If you want it, you yourself capable for register it mark for yourself. You understand? Because with the count they sensitize. So you want if you say, okay, Miss Jalo, I want for register this trademark golf. I would say, okay, bring them. We'll do search. As I don't talk, we'll do search. So let's say this class 32 when our water, and then it fall. So they say aerated water under class 32. They will make sure say you affix this you brand them golf. Now the application, you understand? So you describe the goods say now aerated water or also whatsoever you want for register. Then the name of the proprietor. Then as well, if you want for do a power of attorney, maybe you're not able, you want for find a lawyer, you could go for that lawyer for do the criminal lawyer say for marriage something matter one pass through you for register. So they give a power of attorney, they say okay, now you in charge of that trademark, but also you get our just the number of power of attorney information, so the trademark the under your custody. You understand? So they're looking for that. They'll go to call the name of the proprietor, the address, the goods service classified properly, as I don't mention earlier. Then also they look at what we call priority claim. Now they could get a more under international applications, because trademark they local and international, but we reach other side. Where they claim a priority, for example, if because we are a member of the Paris Convention for industrial property. If you register you trademark na Mauritius, you understand, you want to extend that other trademark, then they use that date for free register na Mauritius 3 months ago, if that same date still, you can if you maybe if you do one like for example December, you want to claim that date say na today, you agree that date say. That's the beauty of where you get in member states, where they into we sign some of them treaties then they. So they look at that one day back, where they count the application. Will they look about the representation, for example, the product itself, will they cut into 4, so it's 6, you understand, and in the act make provision for that. Then another thing what they look for now that whether this now the formality examination. Then we come to the substantive, what did the law say? Because the law will tell you say, okay, this trademark suppose not forget any existing, not for similar with any existing trademark already be don't register before. When they register that trademark. If you get any similarity, you understand? Because you know what come, you can register, you don't register golf before, then you can, because if you don't say golf they sell at the market, you go change that to groove. We're going to reject that application. Because what did they portray? They confuse the markets. Because the layman out there goes tell you say, but now the same people that go buy from me the whatever. But that they are not the same, they are different. So you don't confuse the consumer. So you are going to reject that application. Anything we get like a public order or morality. You know what come, we get certain things say we need to register. You know what come, you go put Senator General as one. That cannot be registered. Because you know good, you know friend self to we. You know they portray good image for this country as a whole. You understand? Presidents as a cigarette, where they register that. Just an example. So there are things which cannot be registered. You know what come, you can register. You say you want to register water. Then the name of the brand back na water. Then the goods of the brand na water. No. We're going to reject that application. Because it not forget direct reference to the products. You understand? For example, we get Apple for computer. Apple, if you watch them, now under computer, but not under Apple for it. So we are going to register it. But if you let it come, you say, I will register mango for juice of mango. No, you need to leave that product in name. They not forget direct reference to the goods where they register. So they look at all of those things. If we find out say, okay, well, this all meets all criteria, you understand, for the application and registration of a trademark, they will accept your application. Then we will accept it with a processor. They will send on our government printing for publication. Because government printing are in the publish for we, because you know, so we want that government entity na do with it.
So you know that would the Gazette?
Exactly. I'm just coming. I just come from it. Would they go to government as a form of a notice system and a government printing for it to be published? It go publish in the gazettes. Then it go then at the public domain for 3 months.
So the Gazette back na 3 months.
The gazette na 3 months. We you can't do the processor. We send them by batch. The government printing. Then they publish in the form of a gazette. But they come out as received gazettes. You understand? The received gazette they come na the public domain. Na the wall. For say, okay, this trademark here, it already about so person, the class na this, the products are this, blah blah blah, you understand? They publish, you know what like gazettes. So we publish na the gazette, it left now to we now the consumers then for look at us say this market is similar with me because we are human, we are not perfect. Sometimes we do make mistake. I mean, could they put them out there, people look at them. If you feel to say you mark very similar to whatsoever they be published, you dey opt for an opposition. You understand? You dey opt for an opposition, bearing go say this mark here, but you know for pass within the 3 months, the time limits. If for example today they almost say this the 17th of March. March, April, May, June 17 close. There is nothing you can do if you not out for an opposition. If you allow to send that after that 3 months, you not oppose them, that's it. I make it then at the public domain. Everybody look at her. You understand? So after 3 months, if there is no opposition within the batch, would they send her back now government meeting for second publication where you get the accepted gazettes. But where there is an opposition, whosoever don't oppose, they put the side of that particular application. They tell the applicants this is supposed to be a side because there is an opt for an opposition. It has been opt for an opposition. Would they send the remaining one day when not get no opposition to government meeting again for second publication where after when are the accepted gazettes? Meaning the accepted gazette will tell you, say, okay, this trademark here, you can do it now for certificates. So immediately accepted gazette come out, that means so for issue certificate of registration of that particular trademark. You understand? So the issue certificate of that particular trademark, it ought for a renewal of 10 years after the date of registration. But that you don't get the exclusive rights of that particular trademark. Now you own and now you get, and nobody don't get the right for taking away from. Nobody don't get the right for user without your permission. Nobody don't get the rights for come and take that same trademark and produce them. That person has to be sued if the law find you culpable. But again, another important thing for people for know now that trademark is territorial. Meaning you only protect your mark where you want your mark to be protected. But if already say I'm forced at the country of origin, for me, you always make an example of Salon. You understand? Because within the Madrid system, we have the international registration of mark, where they did in Geneva, we are a member state of her. Meaning we get countries that surrounding in Madrid, we want for make you want to mark for a protected entity, send back na your international application and Salon. So for you, for example, if you want to register your mark now, okay, you don't get this mark, you don't know opposition, nobody no opposer, and you get you don't get the exclusive right over that mark, you don't get the certificate, then you born after the, property. Because trademark na property, because you can use them for do so many things. And you get them. So now it's okay, well, I want for spell out my tentacles to other countries so that maybe people don't know the mark. Like Mickey always used to look at brand and we get party, we get honey now. People they know them. We want for extend the registration maybe out there, maybe in Liberia, maybe in Ghana, maybe not I mean. So if in Liberia or Ghana get any connection with then at the Madrid.
Which one at the Madrid?
World International Party, we are the Madrid for international registration of mark. We are member states, meaning that the organization will come up for register different mark across the countries. But 194 countries are the member states of Madrid. We are member. You understand? So okay, you want to take and say, okay, well me now, what do I have to do? I want to spread out in another country. Look, we'll get parties soon. We'll get dolly, they don't become established. They don't get certificate, nobody don't oppose and they get them brand, they don't become a well-known brand in a salon. What in next they do? They apply for the application and registration of the Madrid, whether they designate country where they want the mark to be protected. You understand? So now you finally say you choose countries that you want for your mark to be protected. But the beauty of Madrid is that if you make us say you choose like 10 countries, maybe out of that 10 countries, one go oppose, but the rest not go oppose. Then you don't spread out to 10 people. You see how business is booming. You understand? Then we get countries then back where they designate Sierra Leone, or designated states. If you dey Mauritius, you dey Ghana, you get a lawyer now, you get an agent that you can spread out now. You want your mark to be protected in this country. You could do it under international application of mark where they designate Sierra Leone back for mark to be protected. You understand? So if we look now, we record the phone and say, okay, this mark here we don't send now, so we not get her, we publish back at the Gazette, so everybody go look at her. I make even the gadget of the put if they go worldwide, everybody look at her. Even international, like it gets people the way they can say, okay, for example, we get one recently where we get one trademark when we get Red Bull, then we get Carlsberg, Red Bag, now local brand, now Carlsberg. Then we get Red Bull, no say Red Bull now all brand. The opposer, because they see the Red Bull and the Carlsberg a little bit different because of the red, the bag, and the bull. But when you look at the visual of the application itself, you see the bull, the packaging, nearly the same. So it ought for an opposition. So we'll put them aside. So you the final say, you know the final say a trademark, you know the only limiter to your country. You the designate country where you want your mark to be protected. We serve a member state of the Madrid application system.
Okay, so you talk about then the Gazettam, then after which, but what are the medium they want to use for many people and probably if they get objection to Dandy, then come they make the objection that 3 months. What are the mediums they would have
Well,
used?
what we could do in terms of an opposition, as I say, it didn't have the public domain. What in the public domain, if you find out say you mark very similar to me, what you are going to do? I do opt for an opposition. You understand? They put your mark aside. They write the applicant, they write an application for an opposition. When you write and you send out to the other applicant, say this mark, they don't ask them. Say they don't oppose this mark. Then you dey put the man they write now again now will ask you for this a counter statement. Maybe say you go say, okay, this mark now me get her oh, what this man get her oh. Okay, you don't put this now one day. So now they make an application to the courts. The court could determine who that get the mark. We don't go tell a document of photo we get. So now the determination of the court for tell we say now this person, so we they decide. But we are sometimes we get a dispute settlement in our office. The administration is like come in, we don't get a lot of cases. We are for example, if you say you mark very similar, the madam will tell you say, my dear, go do some changes into this mark similar to you. They go this settlement between the applicant. We are in, for example, we get recent case where we are in the mommy in brand they bring and can. It's show the people how they bring a write letter to the people. They say they bring and can. So what did the administrator do? What did he do? He write letter to NRA, write letter to different people and say, okay, if this mark here come, we not write for sue. Because since they don't deny something, they get the mark, and then they bring card the mark. So they do dispute settlements as well, but most of them opposition in there.
Okay, so make we look at you talk about search of name. Or before we go to the search of name, if I'm a lawyer, right? I don't do the registration for person. The other person go use that trademark name. Now me the lawyer, now me the sue or would I do sue?
Of course, now you they sue because now if you don't give the power of attorney for say now you they in charge of this mark. For example, me an entrepreneur. I choose you as a lawyer to make you fight for me. I choose you as a lawyer to make you watch me back. You understand? I say, okay, Mr. Lawyer, I they choose you make you register and be marked on behalf of me. And I make me name the daddy.
So in other words, now you register and now you sue.
Now you the sue for on behalf of your applicants. You understand? Because now make the final say the name of the application is there. You understand? Then the name of the power of attorney is given to you. Now you in charge of that trademark. Now you they fight for you. You know lawyer, they fight for you for your clients now. Now you sue. You understand? They say this product. Now my client register. So they sue on behalf of your clients. And that make they choose you. Although yes, myself can grab and register and but most of them the applicants can normally most times can fair lawyer for fights the case where there is a dispute, where there is an infringement, because if somebody infringe on you trademark, if the court find a culpable, then you get a civil and criminal remedies as well.
Okay, because the reason we make ask probably the person we go register. If you know to yourself, other person can sue, and then they want to get that clarification.
If you possible.
The person we not to register, but probably na then they na the company or that kind of thing they can
But
do
not
so.
so you get them. You don't only sue when are you get them, something when are you own. You understand? Because if he well then a company like this one at 98.1. Somebody go you not register, somebody go infringe. And the proprietor then they register because I ain't got forgot to map na court na get. There is no way you go allow a staff for go say and they can't fetch case. Now you get case because sometimes the person no one case safe. Or sometimes the person no one for pursue the matter, you understand? Another tell from bullying for know that you only protect the market you want for be protected. You understand? And register them. Because some man they get this thing that they go register for block other people. People can do one. They come because you market they sell, the financial you don't register them. They go one to go register them. You get a lot of cases like that. For so that the time they know now say you want to register, they want go for go make you products. They don't know for say oh this mark no register. But this person register this mark, they don't even use that. You understand what I'm talking? Because the company they do you don't say for register, you they graphic register, they don't use that. And we get now the act where they tell you say for non-use, you need to register. They only register what you they do, what you they produce. Then they can block other people because of his selfish interest. They go register this man because this man don't understand. If you need to do it, why you for register?
Okay, so let's say if me, I get the idea, I don't get the trademark, but I don't get the mark, but I don't get money. It's for do the products. So I say, well, am I go register for protection first? Say I will get resources.
No, as I say, you only protect what you do, what you bring, because this na business. You don't stop other people now for use them, even though they monopolize them, but at the same time you go for use them. And I make what you did. In initial definition, I tell you say where you get on you 8, where you pen and down for registration, because you want to get that exclusive rights. You want to get the permission for user. You want to get the permission for license. You want to get permission for seller. And trademark is the seller. You dey merge with them. You dey do licensing. You dey do franchising with them. You see how trademark beautiful. If you make a say you get your trademark now. You want for merger with person. First one for come together. We gonna do this trademark. Now they merge. You understand? So if you get money, they go discuss them. Okay, this I get this me idea. Mo go come, mo go merge. Mo do this trademark. Or you can sell them. Change of proprietor. You understand? You can sell your trademark. If you I mean great, na investments.
So the change of proprietor after you don't sell them, when they go back
They come back to we. When you change of proprietor, they come back to we. They register and they enter and they record of your registration. So this mark has been changed from so person to this next person. So meaning you don't get you don't change of proprietor. They do assignment as well. Of course, you don't say when they do assignment as well. Like don't you relinquish your rights to that particular person we don't assign them to. So you don't get nothing for do with that particular trademark they give. You don't assign them to people there. To whosoever they assign them to. Then of course you do change of address on that trademark.
Okay, so
if you move from one place to another, you change them.
So if you come back now the office.
If they come back, any changes where you do, that are the beauty of trademark. Any changes where you do supposed to come back because we need forget record.
So even if you want to modify,
if they file like the car, if they do change of name in the car, if they do change of address in the car, if they merge with the car, if they assign them with your car. You understand? If they even amend your logo, but the amendment of logo will be published again. Because if you can't do amendments and tell them go take other person say na amend the one do so to go with the look. If you want to say it's they reject. They do amendment of good as well.
Okay, so more we say we get this logo when we get this logo or get this brand when Dolce and Gabbana, but they're not in a salon. They're not in a salon at all. Then if I want, then me don't take I want to register in a salon.
I can tell you that Dolce and Gabbana register as an international application of mark, on a well-known mark. I tell you about international application, right? We got all of them mark and they will register. Where they use the international routes of registration. Montana, Gabbana. Now these are well-known mark. You know what carry Coca-Cola when you register? Because these are well-known mark. And I may beat this well-known mark for 98.1 for register in our office. So don't go there. You understand? So these are well-known mark. Like you can now you come get Michael Kors and these are people they all know about my. They say you want Salon Posse. You want to register Michael Kors. They go say, but what's wrong with you? That you get her. How do you get her? These are well-known mark on there for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You understand? So the father say these are branded where the people they know. You get Michael Kors the watch, you get the belts, you get the shoes, you get the bag. Like I mean, the watch I wear so Michael Kors. So I was saying now because that only fall under jewelries when I class three. So you want to say now because of down there they carry it because of other person, we not get with purpose and ordinary. No, we're not going to get it's under international application of mark.
Okay, so before they round up, more we look the last one, more we look at this question. Search. When I do ever like search, I don't they get them car phone, they get them post we people person don't count in mark when I search. When I oh this other person the user. How often I can get in cases in there?
We they do them so many times, in fact every day. Because business owners they get this thing, they go take other person in room. They don't say this man don't boom at the market. They can't they go take you name. They come with and for say, madam can make for me this no, you know do. Now you go tell me for say you know this thing they register, they go change name of the color, they make them. You understand? Very similar to the one holding at the existing register. We normally reject those things. They can every day they can. They come, they can what is bravery, so they go change your name, they make them to BIEVALY. Just I can tell and say, bro. Even if you change the spelling, but the pronunciation are the same. I'm not going to register it. So the father say, they go, sometimes not even the name, the logo, the packaging. They go, then change the name, then use the same package, the same color, then come. We can look and say, but this is not possible, not register, because this in packaging is so similar with the existing one. So some of those things we reject them.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Now we go do all the cuttings for today's program. Plenty thank you to Muminatu Jalo. We come up from the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General. We can talk about trademark. I hope say family would learn a lot from within it can explain about trademark. So family una self don't get the understanding in case una get on a business, una want for do na trademark, person want for take you trademark, all them things and we don't learn this today. And we would invite you from time to time for can talk about and then things there because this nothing that we family get interested in, people family then get interested in. Plenty thank you for who you come. Plenty thank you to Fatimata Samora. We make you see we live on Facebook. Thank you very, very much to DJ Caps, the man with the technical person with the behind the mic. Thank you very, very much to Theodore Arena, we produce the program. Me will present the program in name Namange Mansari until next week, Tuesday. Stay again for another edition. Tuesday, we come to you from 5 to 6. We will bring you come another very good edition where yourself go learn. Until next week, Tuesday. Bye-bye.
I think that's what you say.